Hello and welcome back to the Dance to Learn YouTube channel. I'm Jessica Strong and today I am taking you behind the scenes of day 2 of our Princess Dance Camp. Today we are exploring the Little Mermaid, which is such a fun dance adventure, whether you're teaching a princess camp or even an under the sea themed class. A lot of these games and activities would fit perfectly with those themes. But anyway, let's get into today's video. I can't wait to take you behind the scenes and share what we explore for a Little Mermaid dance camp. Enjoy! All right, that is done. So now I need to get everything set back up over here. So with Little Mermaid, we're gonna start with a under the sea treasure hunt. So I'm gonna get my balance domes back out. We have some treasure inside of our treasure chest. I'll also show you some of the other fun characters and things that I have in our treasure chest today. So in our treasure chest, we have our friends Sebastian and Flounder. We also have Flotsam and Jetsam. And these are my treasure pieces. I'm gonna grab my balance domes. We're gonna hide some treasure and get that game set up for our big treasure hunt this morning. I want to invite you to check out my first pinned comment underneath this video. I've shared a link with you to my Princess Camp Masterclass Blueprint. This is a 6-hour deep dive into creating summer camp experiences like the one you are watching now. And because you are a YouTube subscriber, I even shared a special coupon code for you to save $25. All right, so our treasure pieces are hidden. I might move them around a bit more. Today what we will do is tiptoe walk, and then we're going to swim like a mermaid, and then we'll check out, these are going to be seashells. So we're going to see what treasure is hiding under our seashells today. So that'll be our little story for this game. Yesterday, by the way, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with our mice. We put on our mouse whiskers and then we did a little mouse jump over the balance dome. So we ended up not balancing on it. Today we will balance on it. I'm gonna grab my seaweed. I'm gonna throw just some bits of seaweed around for fun. So let me do that next. So our seaweed is out. I have about 3 rolls of green streamers. Later in the day, after we do our treasure chest, we're gonna play Get Tangled in Seaweed. So everybody is gonna stand like a statue, like Prince Eric. And I'm gonna wrap them from their feet up and back down. And then we play a song and they wiggle and they get untangled from the seaweed. We'll play that game. We're going to play that game almost every day of camp because we will also get tangled in Rapunzel's hair and we will get tangled in the ocean when we do Moana Day. So that's a fun game that we play all the time with our streamers if you're looking for fun themed game ideas. All right, but our seaweed is set up. That side of the room is set up. I need to get my little mouse station put back out and I'm going to show you guys this princess cutout. It will probably not survive this camp. I think after this camp, I'm going to have to throw it away and get a new one, but I'll show you what it keeps doing. So it has collapsed yet again. So let's see what I can do to fix it today. So this is the state of it. The issue is, even though this is pretty heavy duty tape, it just doesn't stick to the cardboard. So, but we're going to continue trying. Let me see if I can get this taped up. It only needs to last 4 more days and then in the garbage it will go. All right, somewhat fixed. She's still a little lopsided, but it'll work for the day. So now I'm gonna set up my little balloon holding area. For Ariel, we have two colors. We have blue and we have gold, but I may wait and hold off on blowing up the gold ones because we don't always get to that game, and I don't feel like wasting balloons if we're not going to use them. So if I feel like we will have time to get to that game, I will probably start blowing up the gold ones around our snack time just to be safe. But let me get my little balloon holder out and blow up at least some blue ones. The blue ones are going to be bubbles, and they will go into our parachute when we play our Under the Sea parachute game. So we will start camp with a story time. I don't know where these books came from. I think somebody donated them to me, but it's a little series, and all of the princesses on the cover are in these gold dresses. The story is the exact same as the movie, so I don't know if this was a special collection or where these books came from, but they're really cute, and I think I have almost all of the princesses. My original big book of princess stories is kind of falling apart. I've had it for 15 years, kind of like I've had that cardboard cutout of my princesses for about that long. So after a while, things start to wear out and we need to replace them. Thankfully, like all of my princess stations I've had since I first started this camp, so a lot of things have lasted, which is really great, but after a while we have to replace things, and that's okay. So for story time today, I know we always do Flounder and we always do Sebastian, so anytime we say those characters. For Ariel, I might do something like anytime we hear Ariel or Mermaid, maybe we do something like we're singing. I don't know. It has to be something simple that they can do, just kind of sitting down as they're listening to their story time. For our craft today, it's going to be really easy. We always play a parachute under the sea game, and we're going to have these little blue fish. They're blank on the back so I can write their name. This is really helpful for like lost and found stuff. I write their names on all of their crafts. This way, if they, like yesterday, a camper left their Cinderella key, their name is on it, so I know exactly who it belongs to. So I try to write their name on everything, but we're just gonna use these cute little foam stickers, and we are gonna decorate our fish, and then our fish are gonna go into our parachute with us when we play Under the Sea. This is one of my favorite finds on Amazon for my sticker storage. It's just these stackable boxes, and you can undo the different, these are all Under the Sea themed. So you can just undo the different snaps, and then you can have different themed stickers in here. So I will link that for you. I'll also link my little plastic balloon storage bins, some of my favorite organizational things. Everything will be linked in the description. I have about 30 minutes before my campers get here, so I'm just gonna hang out, relax, and then I will check back in at the end of camp today. All right, day 2 of camp is done. As you can see, we did get to some gold voices today. It was a good day. We got through a lot today. We got through more than I was actually anticipating, which is good. I always try to plan extra things just in case, because you never know. We did our treasure hunt. We did our big obstacle course to Ariel's Grotto. We did pictures. We did our getting tangled in seaweed. We did our freeze dance with our bubbles and our seaweeds. We took a snack. break and a craft break. I think everybody decorated 2 fish because I had some extras. So 2 fish, and then we did our under the sea parachute game, which was a lot of fun. And what I like to do anytime I bring out a prop, like with these campers, most of them I've never danced with before, so I want to make sure that I'm not assuming that they know what a prop is for. So I always take a little bit of extra time to break down the prop and how to use it just for classroom management. So with the parachute, the first thing we talked about was how many handles we're all going to get. So it was a small group. We all were able to hold 2 handles today, which was fun. So everybody got 2 handles. And then everything we do sitting down first, because I find when they're on their feet, they're a little bit more excited. So we start sitting down, and this is just for good listening ears. Do we have good listening ears? So, and we always start with gentle waves. So we make gentle waves first, and then we do fast, crazy hurricane waves. Then we do everything standing up, and the first thing I teach is dancing around with the parachute in a circle. So I always tell them who they're going to follow as they go around in the circle. This way we don't crash into each other. Then we sit back down, and this is when I start adding things. So we added all of their blue fish into the parachute. I have a bag of fish that we add in there. So we did just the fish first. And I asked them, what do you think is going to happen when we put the fish in the parachute? That's like, well, of course they're going to go flying out. So we practiced letting the fish fly out and not letting go of our handle. Because what happens if we let go of our handle, then the parachute gets heavy and then all the fish fall out. And then it's just not as fun because then we don't have any fish to bounce around and watch swim in the ocean. So that's my biggest rule is don't let go of your handle even if the fish come flying out. So we practice with the paper fish first. We also do going around, and then we do little in the middle, and I tell everybody we're going to meet in the middle and we're going to fist bump. And I also tell them we're going to go slow because I've definitely had dancers start running and then either they crash with another dancer or they slip and fall in the parachute. So let's go slow, and we're going to fist bump in the middle, and then let's go back, and we'll make the ocean big. So that's kind of how I facilitate that. And then the last thing we add into the parachute before we do the whole game with music is our seaweed and our bubbles. And that's when things really get crazy because our streamers and our balloons, they like to fly out like crazy. But it's a really fun game. After parachute, we did have time for another obstacle course. So I blew up 1 gold balloon and we did an obstacle course of Ariel on land, and she was testing out her human feet. So she was doing things. First, we grabbed my flounder and we pretended to swim with flounder. And then we twirled on our human feet. We jumped on our human feet. We did a balance on our human feet. And then I took my other curvy balance beam and I made a circle like this. And that was our boat. And they tiptoe walked around the boat with Eric and they grabbed their voice. And then I laid Flotsam and Jetsam out because he's actually like a big scarf. And they leaped over Flotsam and Jetsam. And then I held up a balloon, which was like the seashell. And they had to get the voice back to Ariel by throwing the gold balloon into the hula hoop. So that was the second obstacle course that we did. So we did freeze dance with our voice, and then we played, the last game we played was with my movement cards because I brought all of my under the sea stuff because I have to come back later today to teach my regular evening class. So I'm just going to keep it all here. So we did our under the sea movement cards to finish out the day. So, and then we played one last game because we had like 5 minutes left. So we took Flounder and we passed him around the circle like hot potato, and if the music stopped and you were holding flounder, you had to put them on your head and do a gallop around the circle and sit back down. And they thought that that was a lot of fun. So yeah, that was our day. But I do have to clean up my room. Since I'm coming back tonight, I'm going to keep, like, I will probably push my castle out of the way, but I'm going to keep the backdrop up. And then maybe I might keep some of the Ariel stuff. I think the girls, it's an intro to ballet class. I think they might enjoy having the toys here. So maybe I'll make it a Little Mermaid themed class tonight, because it would fit in with our Under the Sea theme anyway. But let me get everything all cleaned up. And then tomorrow is Rapunzel Day. Thank you so much for joining me here on the Dance to Learn YouTube channel and watching these Princess Camp behind the scenes videos. I've been having so much fun sharing them with all of you. If you have any questions about any of the activities that I'm discussing in the videos, let me know in the comments down below. I'm happy to answer questions and clarify any of the games and activities that we play in camp. Also, all of the props, I am linking them in the description box down below. So if you see a prop or a piece of decoration or something that you might be interested in, check out the description. And if something isn't there that I forgot to link, let me know. I'm happy to send it your way. But if you've enjoyed this video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notification bell. That way you never miss an upcoming video. And I will see you on the next one. I will take you behind the scenes of our Rapunzel Day, which is day 3 of Princess Camp. Happy dance adventuring. Bye.